You cannot.
Ooh, antitoxins.
You cannot requisition concussion bombs.
No. Oh, I forgot I had a paralysis potion actually. Maybe I'll get more of that.
I think it's a poison, not a potion. Unless you plan on drinking it yourself.
I'm good. Gonna change that to poison. Ooh, how do you spell poison?
Poi and sun.
P-O-I-S-O-N?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Poi and sun.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm gonna run to the bathroom really quick.
Alright. Good to see you didn't die going to the bathroom.
It was a risky battle.
You can't requisition concussion bombs. And I would say
say
antitoxins probably won't work. Antitoxins are for like mortal poison.
Right.
Like it's it's a poison that isn't like semi-sentient and trying to kill you. As opposed to the Feywilds where
what the fuck?
As opposed to in the Feywilds it is like
it's
magically connected to the being that injects it into you and is actively trying to kill you.
Can she still get them because she recently almost died to a centipede?
Sure.
It's one of those things where it's like, I barely survived this time, I'm not gonna let it happen again if I come back.
I mean, Abigail could just make you guys immune to damage.
True, but she could also do 1,000 other things. This is in case you want the option of letting her do other stuff. It doesn't hurt to have more options.
Debatable.
Oh, what about all the other garbage I put in there?
I'll get to that later.
Okay. This is that one anime I haven't watched yet, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
hello.
Hello.
Good to see you've also returned from the perils of the bathroom.
The horrors that they hold.
I mean, yes, it was a travesty indeed.
Okay, I need to check up macro on.
No.
Wow, that was a very blatant advertisement too, wasn't it? Lovely feeling.
Actually, yeah, see, this anti-charm thing you've got down, what would that...
What would what?
I'm just looking at what you've written down here.
A bunch of garbage.
Yeah.
24, drop those 2.
It also feels like I'm missing something, but I just don't know what it is.
18.
But I
Yeah,
feel
one
like that's
definitely
common.
have.
Yeah.
See
84,
the
drop
anti-charm, is that against the charm spell, or like against...
4.
The idea is it would be like something that's just against charm in general, because fairies charm. It's a thing.
Standard.
Oh, okay, like the... Yeah, because isn't there an effect where you become charmed?
Yeah, there's
So
specifically a
sort of-
spell called like Charm and Friends, which is basically like, oh, you're like best friends with the person that cast it on you, but in an hour it wears off and they remember. Whereas with a fairy, it'd probably be a little more
Oh,
intense.
Yeah,
I-
okay, yeah, I follow you, okay.
Yeah. Thinking
Yeah,
about
that's
it.
a good shout, yeah.
Yeah. What else things? I'm gonna check one thing real
Keep
quick.
one number.
I actually have advantage on saving those to being charmed. I forgot about that because I'm an elf.
Oh, well, screw you then.
Six.
I'll just get the anti-charm thing
She's
then.
thinking about it for all you punks. She's trying to be helpful.
Yeah.
It should be
God, that would be fucking good to have on this shit.
4 numbers there.
Look at all this
Yeah.
healing. Oh wow, that's a lot of fours. Holy shit.
4 numbers there. 4 numbers there. Okay.
I've returned. What are you guys rolling?
He's testing some stuff.
Check out
Oh.
macros. As for healing potions, you guys can drop them into your sheets now. You get 4 greater and 2 superiors.
Hey.
These will last your whole journey, so
In theory,
boy.
So,
in
how
theory.
many, sorry? 4 greater and...
2 superior.
2 superior
But
healing potions.
Make sure to correct this now. How much does a superior heal for? 8d4 plus 8, is that it?
Yes.
That's what I figured.
It's always a d4, and the number just increases, and the modifier is always the same number in the dice amount. So 2d4 plus 2, 4d4 plus 4, 8d4 plus 8, etc., etc.
Nice, nice.
It's always the same amount.
Is there a way to, like, copy one of these? Probably not.
When it comes to Manax potions, you wizards can acquire 3 greater ones. Just start recovering 5th level spell slots back, lol. Oh, Fred popped on.
Hey.
3 greater Manax potions and 1 superior. Keeping the trend. For
you
the
get her 1 superior, you said?
for the Manax. So you are like guaranteed with a superior at least 6 spell slot levels. So that's a 5th and a 1, or 6 first, or whatever. It's your ace in the hole, other than the pocket ace.
Which, by the way, do you have to roll for that, or is that already set?
We'll roll for it when you guys actually begin the step over.
Ah, yes, step towards our imminent death.
Maybe.
Oh, yes.
Nothing there. How many
I
bullets is
would
she able to get?
Well, let me finish this first.
Sorry.
Compile what I told you guys. on your ends, so you guys can tell it to Fred.
Okay, I have got
Gotcha.
notes. Not the greatest notes, but I have some for each person.
That's
Yeah, me too.
That's good. That's good. That's good. I will give all of you a sheet right now too. I'll give you all an inspiration right now.
Hey.
Because it is
6 pages.
it is an inspiring thing, honestly. Because going into the Feywild is a thing. It's a literal thing of legend. That being said, some legends are people stumbling into the Feywild, but some legends are people actively choosing to go into it, like you guys are. I'm gonna tell some stuff from Ward's perspective. It's probably the least comprehensive one because his method of figuring it out is asking people stuff while he's sparring with them, or like after he's done sparring with them. And again, like talking to like an average, even if he is an adventurer, an average Joe isn't as effective as hitting scholarly books, talking to a literal fairy, or talking to people that lived essentially next door to the physical threshold of the Feywild. Like it's not as effective. I'll still give him stuff though, but I'm just saying your guys' avenues are probably better. Three greater, one superior. X's. And I told you guys 4 greater and 1 superior for healing.
For healing or?
For healing.
Okay,
Oh,
so
I
this
thought it was
is for
two
each of
superior.
us?
This is each. Yes.
Okay.
You guys are, of course, free to ditch your healing syringes to Varric because he's the one administered to them by bonus action.
I thought this.
That being said, for you wizards, you don't really have much to do with bonus, except I guess wise because you have cunning action. But yeah, for you minions, you don't really have much to do with bonus action, so you can basically just chug a potion every round.
I have definitely done that.
It's handy. It's a reason I put in the bonus action because I think by default D&D it takes a full action to consume a potion, which
Okay, so wizards get 3 greater and 1 superior mana-X.
Well, every spellcaster. But the thing is, like,
Okay.
literally, like, all
There's
of you
2 wizards. Except
it was like fucking
Varric.
like all of your spellcasters is a thing, except
Yeah.
Varric and Zandra.
Yeah,
Got
Muggle blood. Let's go.
Filthy muggles.
Yeah, well, one of those filthy muggles is
Is your
with you.
lifeline?
Well, I'm not gonna say it to his face or anything.
But in the back of your mind, he is less than you because he can't do magic.
In my mind, he's a filthy muggle.
Oh, he's already on. Okay, he's gonna join any second.
He's on. He's probably just taking a shower, some food or something. How many bullets you can bring?
Infinite.
You could. I mean, it's gonna feel like that. You could top yourself up at 200. Again, like
sounds-
I don't think you're gonna. Let's see. Let me make it clear. You probably won't run out of bullets during the adventure. If we do, that means I changed the adventure's standards for you guys to now spend like 3 months in the Feywild out of game, which is like.
But
Hello,
safe
Fred.
and sorry.
Hello.
Greetings.
What we're doing right now is requisition orders, as well as if you guys want to purchase anything out of pay out of pocket. There's that. I've already done their 3 little vignettes on them researching. We can do yours shortly, but in that time, I'm gonna use the restroom in a bit. But while I'm gone, I've told them to compile their collective notes and deliver to you in-game and out of game, I guess, what they've come up with. Some of it might be redundant because you guys have previous campaign knowledge. Some of it might be new. So,
Okay, cool.
yeah, but take your time and set it up. I'm going to be right back because I'm using the restroom.
I'm gonna eat some painkillers.
Oh, what's up?
Oh no.
Concussion aftermath kind of thing.
Oh my god.
What happened?
Oh, what happened?
On the night between the 19th and 20th, so like almost 2 weeks now. I had a fall on my bike home from work and hit my head pretty hard.
Oh no.
So I've had a concussion for a
Oh
while.
shit.
Oh my
I had
god.
constant migraine-like headaches ever since,
Dude,
which is normal. And
is it because your brain is like swelling?
yeah,
Holy shit.
yeah, yeah, mostly okay, except for the pain. But these painkillers work.
Are you taking ibuprofen?
Yeah, and paracetamol.
Is
Yeah.
that just what the doctor recommended you do?
Yeah.
I had a concussion once, and that's what they gave me.
Because I guess there's not much they can really do. It's like, it's just swelling in the brain. It's like, you want
Yeah.
to drill a hole?
You just have to reduce the inflammation and like thin out your.
Yeah. I take 400 grams of paracetamol and no, ibuprofen. 400 grams of ibuprofen and 800 grams of paracetamol.
Damn.
Yeah, I went to see a doctor recently as well because I had troubles concentrating at work. So they put me at 50% sick leave.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not bad.
Mhm.
Sweden's pretty forgiving with that, so I still get 80% of my paycheck
Oh,
when
that's
I'm
good.
on
That's
sick
good.
leave. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's not too bad.
Mhm. That's something at least. Oh god.
So should we tell them the information we got, or just like just meh?
I mean, yeah, okay. Do you want to go off and get your tablets first, or?
Yeah, give me a moment.
Yeah.
I forgot to buy bread. Shit.
You forgot what?
I forgot to buy bread because I wanted to make a sandwich.
No.
So,
That is like the ultimate just sin. How could you do that to your kitchen? How could you do that to yourself, actually?
That's a great insult. Like, why do you hurt yourself like this? It's like, that's a lot of emotional trauma there.
I haven't eaten bread in decades.
What?
Oh my god.
Feels like decades, but
Has it been like since the beginning of the
No.
year?
actually, yeah.
Oh, okay.
New year, new type.
Ugh.
Oh yeah, you said
It
you were.
sucks.
Yeah. I know. I mean, to be fair,
Swallowing
I only really have.
4 painkillers with hot tea was a mistake.
Oh
Yeah, I
my
would
god.
imagine. I feel like it's kind of redundant because it causes more pain.
Yeah.
You
Oh, wow.
silly goose.
If I'm a little scatterbrained or weird today, it's because, yeah.
Because pain.
Yeah. I mean, live and learn, right?
You know one that ever played Sonic games?
Thanks for that lovely rendition of it, though.
So what do we learn?
We're fucked.
Yeah. I mean, something like that. Well, I was sort of asking about like environmentally, and then Garth, you were more like sort of etiquette and shit, weren't you? Or like,
She was aiming less for the environment and more for the people in the environment kind of information.
yeah.
And then
So-
Aminius, I think you got hustled out of one of your 3 questions by accident.
Well, yeah, I actually wrote it differently when I was writing my questions down, and then I said it. Ugh.
And that is a very important lesson for a fairy. Pay attention to what you're saying.
Live and learn.
So did we learn like any etiquette reasons? Like don't shake hands with your right hand?
I don't think we got that specific. But it was the idea of being a
Don't give
guest in
them
their
gifts.
house.
Yeah.
Don't give gifts, very important one. Don't leave things behind, which is exactly what we're gonna do with the mirror, so it's like, oh fuck.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Shit.
that's why I was asking, because it's just like, hey, so what if we leave stuff behind? It's like, don't fucking do that. It's like, shit. At the very least, don't leave it behind when you know it's like someone else's like turf. If it's the regular Feywilds,
Yeah, but what if it's like we say it's in Darren's name, so it's technically not us like leaving it, it's technically him.
It's still our actions, and we made the choices to do said actions.
Okay, yeah.
So if we sell out his name, that's one thing. That's another target for them to go after.
Alright, okay, got you. Damn it.
So do we have like code names or something to go by?
I mean, 2 of us already have fake
Well, I
names.
guess you
so,
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're chill. Like, fucking do what you want. I mean,
Well, no,
3
we're
of us,
sorry,
technically, because Ward isn't his actual name.
Oh yeah. Oh, that means we could totally just give them like
Yeah.
the names that we used just now, and we get off scot-free.
Precisely. So, Aminius,
yeah,
what's your fucking alias?
Ew.
Anything? I know there was more information with the... Cassandra went to the twins, who would have guessed? Not the place, the people.
Shouldn't stay in a territory for too long.
Yes.
Um,
Basically keep moving. Hi.
You can't be attacked if you're a guest, but you can't attack them back.
And you can deny being a guest, but you have to do it, like, from the get-go.
Yeah.
Our best
can-
bet for trying to actually find someone in the Feywild would be to get a guide, which the advice we've gotten is pray to gods and also be lucky. Or be lucky. Or both, honestly. So, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like trying to get around the place off the mountain outside of me. Scojo. It can be really tricky because like moves around the place, so I think the Crash was saying like the summer and winter courts move around each other. And sort of move into other territories and stuff, so if you're trying to find somewhere you can be close to it and then suddenly it's on the other side of the plane. Sort of thing. Or like you can land and you're on the other end of it, or you can land and it's like 2 feet away. But it could change. Where's my notes?
Feywild's a fickle bastard.
Yep, that's it. Oh yeah, and apparently we don't have any deserts, so Tana will be crying in the background as we leave him behind.
Oh, bye, Tim.
I know.
I mean,
that
there
was the
can
last
be
he
deserts.
saw of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There can be deserts. It just depends on the person that's there. Don't know
Yeah.
why Fairy would want
Oh.
a desolate, arid wasteland.
It's basically like, a fairy can control their realm to be whatever exception to whatever rules I set for you, but as a general standard, deserts don't occur in the Feywild. If you meet some sort of sand, dune, desert-based fairy, oh yeah, totally.
Well,
Yeah.
actually,
You
you can like hear the accent of it. Actually.
Nah, yeah, I know you guys.
I know.
That's why I said sand dune based desert. Thank you very much.
It's all about that rain,
Oh yeah.
precipitation.
But yeah, I've also got like yeah, so the people we encounter, they can some can be nice, some can be really violent. Yeah, only way to get around really
Pretty
is for
Fair
a
standard for
guide.
fairies in general.
Yeah.
They could be completely
To
insane,
get
or they
around,
could be
ask for a
hyper
guide,
sane.
or yeah. Or you get a powerful fairy that can literally like move you to where you want to go as well, which might be an option, but I don't know if we really want to be talking to fairies too much.
They don't move you.
They move
They
their
moved the
choice.
realm, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So I was
and I assume that you're going to be in their realm if you're talking to them.
Yeah. Definitely.
The thing
So,
is, we
yeah.
also have to worry about the wording on that, because it's like, oh yeah, I can totally move you closer. They move us like 5 feet.
Would you like to buy a very expensive cab?
What's the
Only
cost?
cost
Your
of a mortal soul.
Fair enough, super sane is an aspect. I was about to ask, what the fuck is super sane?
Hyper scene. That is actually a thing.
It is. Some people describe like I think Joker. Some people like certain comic book iterations of Joker saying he's hyper sane and stuff like that. It's a very peculiar thing to describe. It's going so sane that you transcend and supersede your like social limits, I guess you can say. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what the idea is
I-
that the Joker is
I don't jump to like a fourth wall breaking version of hyper sanity, but it's like
John, I see.
I guess you could say Jean is what you're saying. But it's like not necessarily in a fourth wall breaking sense, but it's like you realize about I guess the insignificance of things to the point where you don't see the value of social standards and taboos and stuff like that. Which, we live in a society.
Oh my god. Still like the Joker movie. Still a good movie.
Never saw it and probably won't. All I know is there's a funny scene where he kidnaps his coworker or whatever, and the midget, who's also his coworker, and the midget can't open the door to
It was
the
very
latch.
exciting.
Oh my god.
And then he's like, he just killed a guy, and then Arthur just killed a guy, and the midget has to go, Arthur, and he goes, oh right, sorry.
It's great because it's just like almost completely normal. It's like, oh yeah, sorry.
No,
gotta
I
get that
remember having that told to me, and then my initial starting group for my IRL campaign, and then my first session, they realized I had a latch on my front door. So they started busting out laughing, and I'm like, God fucking damn it, guys, it's just a door.
Any hell of a handbasket.
Yes, the bane of all parties, the door.
The door.
We haven't been screwed over by a door yet. Wait, I mean, like last campaign there was some door stuff with Nevi, but let's not worry about that.
Yeah, I mean, you guys got around it. So yeah, you guys finished telling Fred/Ward
Here's Jimmy Jam.
your guys's. Yeah.
So what I
I
got
feel
from
like
that
it's-
is essentially there's a fae somewhere in the wilds singing "Be Our Guest."
You know what? For some of
Yeah.
them, yeah, that's probably applicable.
Yeah, definitely.
That is one of the results that was on my table, actually.
Oh my
Fucking
god.
glorious.
Not necessarily in the manner of like their fucking candle labra or whatever, but along those lines.
Also, Darcy and Orius, I completely forgot about this part. One of the kind of general rules they said was just kind of go with the flow. And just like, there's chaos
Oh,
everywhere,
yeah.
you're not going to be able to figure it out, just like kind of go with it.
It's gonna be fun. We're all gonna die, but it's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah, no, it's glorious. Fantastic. They'll speak of us
Well
in
done,
legends.
Laughing.
No, they won't. We're not that important.
I know, yeah. But yeah, I feel like we're missing out a ton, to be honest. But
No, we probably are.
Your guys' notes.
Yeah.
phase door. Yeah.
The way we exit will depend on how we enter. My fairy suggested making a deal with a fairy. I don't know if that's something we should ever do.
I think I've made enough deals to last me a lifetime. Thank you very much.
Yeah. I asked if there's a way we could safely enter. I meant to just ask if there's a way we could enter, but my fairy said there's very little we can do to safely enter. And then I asked her to help us acquire a guide, and she said no.
Well, no, you asked, can you help us?
Yeah, she said she could, but she wasn't going to because even though I'm her favorite, the rest of the party are.
Yeah.
Also, that's a good lesson starting now. The way you word your questions to fairies will change the game.
I'm gonna get us all killed then.
So think your questions through very.
Yeah, and don't say this person could basically eat a whole horse, because they will test that. I don't think any of us have the actual constitution to do that this time.
And be wary of
This
speaking.
time!
Be
Just
wary
don't
of
fucking
speaking your
worry
name.
about it. Yes.
And unless you tell me otherwise, if you say your name, I will assume you are saying your true name to a fairy.
Alright. Well, I'm going the assumption that if I say Marza, then it's giving them my actual name. Whereas why is this the not real one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. And don't be like, oh, I don't say my name for the whole time. No, you can't fucking do that. There's no cheating, no toggle thing for this. No. That's not how it works.
Gotcha.
Because honestly, if you guys as players in a not dangerous scenario can't remember to keep your secrets, how could your characters in-game do it? When they're the ones actually facing down fairies that could steal your soul just by taking your name. Don't be like Saurus in the last campaign where he dropped his name and then it's like, alright, well, got you now, bitch. Hook, line, and sinker. Soul's mine.
I remember reading a thread ages ago, and it was like, if it was something about fairies and giving your name, and you could say like, you can't have my name, but you can know my name. Can you get like away with that kind of thing?
I mean, that's the same as like saying your name in a different manner. So.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Yeah, so no.
No, like if you say your true name, they get your true name. That's it.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter how you deliver it. If your true name's in there, you're fucked then, essentially.
Well, no, it does matter how you deliver it. Your true name is based on the way you say it. So if Sandra says Marza or Arminius, it's not the same. There's your innate connotation and speaking mannerism in the way you say your name. So if I wanted to do, Arminius, if I slowed it down, altered syllables, etc.,
Arminius.
Arminius, or something like that, like accenting it in a way that is not Arminius's original accent, then it's not the same. It has to be the person whose name it actually is saying it.
Okay, so I could
essentially... you could say all your buddy's name, that's fine. Just don't say yours.
Okay. So we could technically get away with introducing each other? Then?
Yes. 100%.
Oh, okay.
Which is a common fairy thing, which is why fairies have heralds. Because the heralds will say your name for you. They're not you. This is Lord So-and-so. If you used to go, hi, I'm Lord So-and-so, everyone's like, gotcha now, bitch, writing your name in my book of names. Haha. So yeah.
Or you could just have a fake fucking name. I mean, that works too.
And fairies will know if your name is fake. They'll know if you don't give them your true name. They just know. I mean, I think it'd be pretty obvious when you acquire another person's soul through their name. You'll feel the power difference all of a sudden. So, yeah. So, any other requisition stuff? You cannot requisition